Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is David Feldman-Makrias, and today what we're going to be talking about is a case study. But more than that, the power of controlling your own Google Ads account. All right, so to give you some context, I'm going to show you a case study of what we just did at the agency I work for now. And what we did was we took over a PPC account, specifically Google Ads, and we took it over from this big national vendor, okay? And it's one of our local clients in the automotive vertical. And what we did was, after analysis, we determined that we could run the campaigns better than this big national vendor. Well, why could we run these big campaigns better? Well, in Google Ads and PPC overall, a lot has to do with organization and campaign structure. I actually would say that that's one of the number one things to determine the success in an account is how well is it structured, how many campaigns are live, what are the keywords, what are the targeting, what are the negative keywords, text ads. Those are important too, don't get me wrong. Keywords are extremely important. However, a lot has to do with how the campaigns are structured. And the biggest instance is the actual campaign architecture, because campaigns in Google Ads determine two things: your targeting and your budget. There are other settings in the campaign as well, like goal optimization and language and other advanced options. But the most important ones, in my opinion, the ones that you change frequently or that matter very, very significantly, are your locations, meaning your targeted locations and exclusions, and your budget. Those are the big ones. And my face went away. That wasn't supposed to happen. Why did it happen? Okay, so now my face is here. Like it or not. What I wanted to show you guys is a case study of what we did. So right now, I'm looking at the Google Analytics account. I'm going to look over from when we took it over. I'm going to move my face here. You're going to notice some things are blurred out, but you'll notice that I'm looking at a May 1st through 22nd versus April 1st through April 22nd month-to-date analysis. And you'll see the blue line is this month and the orange line is last month. I'm looking at just overall users first, because one piece of context to note here is that the client took away budget from paid search, right, and put it towards another medium because it made more sense at the time, or at least so we thought. Now, you'll notice too that I'm in Google Ads and accounts because there's multiple Google Ads accounts for this client. Now, I know that's against best practice, but there are certain vendor rules and restrictions because this client is a national. This client represents or is a franchise of a national manufacturer, and therefore they have to follow certain things to meet certain co-op guidelines and get reimbursement for advertising dollars. So that's why there's multiple accounts in here, or at least one reason. However, check this out. This is pretty cool. You'll notice these metrics. Green means go, man. Green means go, and woman, whoever's watching this. You'll see that our clicks went up about 22%, but our costs went down about 22%, which is exactly what you'd want, right? But it's not just about clicks and cost. Let's look at some of the other metrics. Our overall cost per click went down. The amount of users we drove to the site is up, and the amount of sessions is up. Well, that's great. Now, that could, you could disguise some display traffic and get all the same metrics: increase clicks, decrease costs, decrease average CPC, and just push all the users. The interesting thing, though, is that when we get to the behavior metrics, all the behaviors have increased, which is not inherent with display traffic. Look, our bounce rate went from, in this one account that has the main dollars, went from about 50, almost 59% to 37%. Our average pages per session almost increased by 50%, and our overall goal conversion rate increased by a lot. Now, you'll see a lot of goal completions in here, which is like, okay, what kind of goals are we actually tracking? Well, we're tracking views and submissions, or like lead submissions, either lead engagements or chat engagements. But even if we look at just form submissions, like even our form submissions are up compared to where they were in the previous account. Notice this account is the one that item number 1 sorted by clicks is the one that we took some of the campaigns over from. It wasn't a complete transition. And then account number 2 is where we pulled the dollars from. So you'll notice that this went up by 103%, and then this budget went down by almost 50%, 45% from what we could see now. So with that, I mean, even with the lead submissions, we have more leads submitted here, at least so far for the month. And even if I look at, a view goal, we have more views on a specific view metric than we did previously. So not only did we increase the vanity metrics, clicks, users, sessions, we decreased bad behavior metrics like bounce rate and increased pages per session. Plus, we did this all for less money. See, this is a win, right? This is a real win for us and for our agency because we could show not only did we get you more, but we did it for less. Now, how did we do that? How did we know we could do that? Well, a lot of paid search experience plays off, but I'm going to tell you, campaign organization plays such a key role in determining the success of the account. I'm not going to say which vendor or which OEM mandated this account number 2, but there were 50 campaigns in there, and a lot of it was driven based off automation. And you may think, well, hey, Google's pushing automation, machine learning, artificial intelligence. Wouldn't that make sense to do? Not so fast. Here's the point. There needs to be, in my opinion, and the opinion of the agency, we need to have a combination of not only machine learning and automation, but also human interaction and control. I've noticed that a lot of vendors come in and want to create all these scripts and setups to pretty much automate the Google Ads system. I don't think that that's right. I think that there are certain elements within Google Ads that someone needs to control manually because you need that oversight, right? A machine at this point wouldn't necessarily know to test max clicks as a bid strategy versus max conversions depending upon the situation. And in each instance, each might be advantageous. An automation or machine learning algorithm cannot tell you at this point the exact right bidding system to use per campaign. So when you have an account with 50 different campaigns and multiple layers of shared budgets, and this is a lead generation client specifically, when you have that, it's just very, very cumbersome, and you can't quite sift out what's actually happening in the account. So what we did is we took these campaigns, we brought them over to our side, and we still left some of the campaigns with the original account, some of the campaigns that were generating some good traction on, and then we took some of the campaigns that we knew that we could do better with because there are specific keywords, terms, and geographies that the expectation was to target. And we played around with the bid strategies. That was the big thing. We played around with the bid strategies, and we played around with some of the advanced targeting options and just made it simpler. We didn't have 50 campaigns all determined by or all with automated shared budgets and things of that nature. We did utilize Google's automated bidding systems. So we experiment with max clicks, max conversion value, specifically max clicks and max conversions in this account because we knew that that would be successful based on the industry and we have some background knowledge. But again, organization is key. Making sure the keywords are in the right spots. Making sure we're not getting too long tail on our quality score of the ad group isn't tracking everything down. It's simple knowledge like this that led us to an awesome result here because who wouldn't want to spend less money and get more results on everything? That's exactly what we want to do. So again, understanding the limitations of Google Analytics, of course, it's a last click attribution as default. There are other ways that we measure other way we measure conversions inside the actual Google Ads account to determine relevancy. But I'm going to tell you, It really, really, really makes a difference when you have control over certain elements in Google Ads. Am I saying to set manual CPC as your bid strategy and do all your own bidding? No, I'm not saying that whatsoever. Utilize the machine learning and automation that works, right? Responsive search ads, being able to input all the different headlines, descriptions, and features of the ad copy, but then give it to Google and let Google determine what's going on and what's the best one to use. Experimenting with DSAs, dynamic search ads, where you select different URLs to pull keywords and ads from. Excuse me, I'm talking so fast. Excuse me again. So anyways, basically taking the overall machine learning and automations that make sense for the account and make sense for you not to do, but then making sure that there's a human interaction with things like budget placement, targeting, and overall simplicity and structure of how the account works. You utilize those few things and you analyze some basic reports like the search term report and overall structure, and you will win. You can take business from one level to the next level. And that's what we like to do. And it really makes me proud that even with this national vendor, right? This national vendor that has all this R&D and put all this time and effort into developing the software to run this. I mean, that's all great. But Google's like changing so freaking quick. Okay, here's another point too. Another point is that other companies make software to interact with the Google Ads platform, but I don't see any other vendor right now that is implementing new software developments and updates as fast as Google. So it's almost counterintuitive to develop software to manage Google Ads accounts because things change all the time. Now with Performance Max, it totally changes the game. So again, I recommend that you get an expert to not only understand the machine learning and automation that goes behind the Google Ads implementation and overall service of the account, but also knows what should stay under manual control, because there are certain things that should be under manual control. All right, that's it, guys. Thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions on this case study, or you would like to learn a little bit more about what Google Ads Professional would remain under control inside the Google Ads account and what they would automate, let me know in the comments. And I look forward to talking to you guys in the next video. See you later.